Mr. Combo Breaker Champion himself has finally pulled up. What's going on, Pride?
Nothing, been chilling. It might be time to finally get back into the game for finals.
Yeah, let's break it down real quick. So, a lot of people have saying you haven't been taking this game serious. Is that true? Are you back on DBZ? Are you multiverses full time? What's the status?
They are right. I have not been taking this game serious. I was definitely prioritizing multiverse. But I think back then it was maybe like 80-20 multiverses compared to like 80% multiverse, 20% Dragon Ball. Right now I'm probably gonna go to like 65-70% Dragon Ball to like 25 multiverse, something like that, or 30.
So you're saying you're flipping it essentially?
Yeah, I'm flipping it. I think it's time. Dude, just for the finals. It's time to get back in practice.
So what's making you actually wanna flip? Like, you actually want to win the finals? Is that the goal?
Yes, that is definitely the goal.
Okay, but what's motivating you this time around to actually want to win the finals? Because before, like when you and I would speak, you were like, it's whatever. I'm not fully in depth into the game. It's okay. I'm still nasty, but What's changing? Like,
well, before the qualification phase, like it was a lot more like net play and everything. So it was kind of like, I don't really care about that. But once I qualified, I was like, all right, I can't have that same mentality because personally, for me, as a competitor, I do not like losing. So if that means I have to practice to not lose, then that's what I'll do.
okay, so let's take us scrubs, the people who are not as nasty as you. What goes into training when you say you're going to practice the game? No, for real, when you say you're going to practice the game, what does that actually include? Because my training is different from yours, and clearly it's not working for me. So what do you do differently that makes you stand out?
That's a fact.
When I first started playing, like when I get very invested in a game and I really want to practice, I become like insane. The reason like I'm saying insane is because I'll give you an example. So when I was first playing multiverses and stuff, I would watch this tournament. So there was an esports arena tournament every week on Fridays, invitational. I would watch that VOD, even though we won. I would watch every round of that match. I mean, every like set of that game on multiple days, even though I already watched it, and I would probably watched it like 6-7 times. And I'm like, even if I'm nitpicking and see if there's one more thing I didn't catch from the VOD before, then that's what I'll do.
So is it fair to say like you really want to be as perfect as you can be when it comes to playing the game?
Yeah, I definitely like to like not repeat the same mistakes a lot of the time. So when it comes to like losing and stuff, I want to know why, and then like why I could avoid it and stuff like that.
Okay, what are like some of the key things that you look for when improving, like at the macro level, like something that a casual audience wouldn't really catch, but that can actually be useful? What is something like that you can give an example of?
Like most of the time when I'm watching, I feel like everyone as a human has habits. So like I kind of like to study people's habits. Because whether you believe you have some or you don't, I think everyone has one. No matter if you're the best player in the world or worst player in the world, everyone has habits. I like to look at that. I like to look like, if I'm not opening it up someone, I want to know why. Is it like my offense is too linear? Or is it something like, just what made people get hit at those points? Like, some people are more scared than others. So like, I already have something in my head. So like, if I know someone is a lot more defensive than someone else, then I have some like easy ways to open them up like that, even if you have good defense. And if someone is like just matching, then I already like have a formula on how to like, all right, I don't gotta do too much extra to open you up.
So you're saying like essentially like your game plan is just so it's jotted down to the T. Like you already know when you go into a set, you know what you look for. You know exactly this person's being a masher, this guy's being offensive, this guy's being defensive. You already have a game plan for each player that's come into essentially whatever player you run into.
Yeah, I have like a sense of like how they play. You can't always know like exactly everything you're gonna do, someone's gonna do. But you got a sense of what they're gonna do. And it's also different player to player, so that's what I'm saying. You don't know everything, but you can also like know some things that happen. Like if someone's super dashes a lot, or when someone super dashes, like those little things can help in the set.
Okay. So one of the things I actually am curious about, right, is how do you truly know? How do you always know when to mash on somebody?
It's a feeling. Kind of like, honestly, that's the most I can tell you. It's a feeling, and also like I can kind of tell how people structure their offense of like when they want to do stuff. So that's why sometimes you just see me like observe someone's offense of like how they structure it, and then that's when I'll know like when to mash while playing you. Like while playing you, I'm like, okay, you did this and that. All right, this is probably when I'll be able to mash.
Are you actually looking? Because okay, this is one time I'm playing like I'm playing Dismantle. Is at CEO. I see it when he's playing back in December last year, and we're playing some casuals. And while I'm playing him, he noticed that my specific block string that I was doing with Vidal, he realized it right away. He was like, "Oh yeah, you did light L medium." And then the next time I did that, he was like, "Yeah, I knew that this time you was gonna stop because that's the same block string you did two interactions ago." All those things being calculated into your match when you were playing, you just like, "Oh, he did this. He probably do it again," and you kind of like go from there.
Yeah. It's something like that. I don't have to tell myself it does it. I just kind of notice it, and then like I just have it in my memory. I'm not just like, oh, he stopped here, oh, he didn't stop here. Like I don't say that to myself, but in my head, I would probably wrote it down like in my head.
Okay.
I got a good question for you.
Go ahead.
So, in your tournament runs, I see a lot of your runs. You make it from like a loser's run. What's your mindset when you go into losers? This doesn't really seem to phase you as much. Like you'll go to losers, and then you'll be like, all right, I need to. You'll usually make a tweet like, oh, I gotta adjust this, and that, and I'll be fine. And then boom, second place, or boom, you win. Like, what would be your advice for that?
Honestly, the advice I have is like usually when I lose, I know I'm not out, and there's some things I could have done better. So I try to, like I said earlier, like I don't try to repeat those same mistakes. And sometimes, like there was a time where I would. So there was something like I had a bad habit of, like in the beginning of tournaments, like the start of tournaments, I used to only listen to music, and then just not talk to anyone, and then just lock in. And then they got to a point where like I would talk to people, and that would kind of help like give me less time to focus. So at Combo Breaker, like people could preach. Like I don't know if Daniel saw me, but I know Sage saw me and stuff. But like when it was time to like maybe 10 minutes or like 20 minutes before the set even started, I'll put on my headphones and just talk to no one and just like listen to
just
my
fully
music.
lock in.
Yeah, just fully lock in, waiting for the set.
Yeah. So you mentioned the combo breaker. You know, this is very important to bring up right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people constantly say that your combo breaker win doesn't count. What is that about? Why do they feel this way?
Honestly, it doesn't matter to me because most people who do say that haven't really done anything this year. So.
But there's players who have completed things who still say those about your wins.
As I said, there's people who just haven't done stuff this year, so like I don't know what else do you really want me to say. Even then, like I understand it. There's some like that's pre-patch lab code and everything, and so that really makes it hard to like determine some stuff. But I think regardless, if you actually watched it, like you could just tell that Team Gohan was actually the one that probably maybe won that tournament.
And your defense was going crazy too.
Yeah, like no one knew how to defend lab code, but I also like everyone was scared to defend lab code. But like even when it came to lab code, the person that opened up the defense the most, like I just blocked it like it was nothing.
Yeah, right. But I would always say like you have one of like the best active defenses in the game. Like even when Cali had the whole award ceremony and he gave the defensive award of the year to Seihan. Mm-hmm. I was one in the chat. I was like, you guys don't understand how crazy Pred's defense really is, especially in tournament, like in clutch situations. Like you always just know, like you just always aware, like your awareness has always been amazing. And I don't think people actually realize that in tournament where it really, really counts, especially in grand finals and winners finals and losers finals, wherever it is, it's like people underestimate how good you really are at the game. So when people discredit your wins at like Combo Breaker, it's like, damn, why are you discrediting Pred? He's proven himself on multiple levels for multiple years.
Yeah, like I said, like it's not even like I've only been doing stuff this year, but you know it's fine. Like at the end of the day, people are gonna say what they're gonna say, but like especially those people that haven't won stuff. If you haven't won stuff, then I just really don't care about your opinion at the end of the day. Also, I was just better than everyone at that tournament.
So, like, even when you go on these runs, right? When you win Combo Breaker, when you win Brazil First Attack, and people are still discrediting you, just putting disrespect on your name, like, oh yeah, he won, but nobody was there. Oh, he won, but Lacquer was there. Oh, he won, but this. But it's always, for some reason, whenever you win a tournament, there's always an OS. But when somebody else wins the tournament, it's like, oh yeah, they won the tournament. That's good stuff to them. And
Yeah.
I would say you're like one of those players who are constantly getting disrespected, even though you've won several NLBCs, several tournaments. For whatever reason, people constantly just want to bash on your name. They don't truly believe that you're good, and I just don't understand it. I've tried to, but I just don't understand the reasoning.
I think it's a whole lot of like clicks. Like, you know, a lot of people have a lot of clicks. If one person in that clique doesn't like you, then a lot of them would just hate. But also, yeah, I feel like some people are just like, damn, like, I can't do anything now, so I'm just gonna hit.
Yeah. So then, what do you think about like the community overall? Then, you know, like, what's your overall perspective of the whole DBFZ community?
I like the community. I like the DBFZ community. I definitely like the people, like my stream community a lot and everything. I do think a lot of the Dragon Ball community are a little bit weird, but that just happens in most communities. I feel like you always have some people that are weird. Like,
So, dude, who you calling weird? Who you calling weird, little bro?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. We don't need names. Don't be
The
some people
slow
are just weird.
pause, yo. The slow pause. He's like,
He's about it. He's not gonna.
I was gonna name people and then I was like, never mind, gang.
Damn. Okay. Now, but for real, so here you are. You're nasty. You're the champion. You're doing this, and you're also nasty at multiverse. So let's touch a little bit on multiverses. What made you actually want to play that game?
What? It's funny because you can probably hear like my cousin screaming in the background, like my baby cousin. But what I was gonna say is I wanted to complete something new. Like I knew the drive I had for Dragon Ball, like when it came to watching VODs and stuff anymore. Like I just stopped doing that in general, and that's because like my competitive drive wasn't as the same for Dragon Ball. So I wanted to see if I could find it somewhere else. And also like I think I wanted to try something new, like a teaming with someone in the game. It sounds fire. Like that's something I would always wanted to try.
how was that experience?
Honestly, I love it. Like, I think there's times, like, cause I think I just like the aspect of, like, sometimes, like, if I make a mistake, I'm okay with my teammate telling me what I have to do better in that situation and vice versa. And it's also, like, someone else is always there to, like, kind of check you, like, just in case, like, yo, calm down, do this, do that. Like, I like that. I like and it also brings more, like, chemistry, and it just brings, like good bonds and stuff, you know?
Does it feel more like a teammate or more like a coach at that point?
I don't think, definitely not like a coach. Because I don't think it's like a coach because we could kind of both say, like, something. Sometimes they could disagree with, like, what I said, but they could also take in consideration of what I said and like kind of like fuse it. I will say sometimes it's a little annoying because say you want to pick something, like you want to do this and they want to do that. One of you guys kind of have to like give in and do it the other because like in the team game you kind of have to do that. But I feel like it's okay sometimes. Like it still makes it more different and it makes it more fun.
So it really matters who your teammate is because you might end up just clashing with each other at a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what's actually more difficult? What's harder? Playing a tag team or playing solo?
What's harder? I think definitely a tag team. Because like I said, it's not only on you, it's on your teammates and stuff. I think tag teams is harder, but I also feel like you could also get by if you have a really good teammate and stuff. But I think in general it's just harder doing a tag team.
So how do you build that chemistry with that other person? How do you just know who's going to be your partner? How you just pick that out?
First, I feel like you have to like maybe like it depends. Like some people, I know there's some people that haven't known someone and they team with them, and I'm just like I don't know how you do that. But for me personally, I feel like I also have to notice someone and have like a good friendship with them. But even then, that doesn't mean you'll have the same views on games, so that doesn't mean y'all connect. But yeah, I think those are one of the like the clues, and also like you don't need someone to exactly think how you are, like think how you are, like how you view the game, because sometimes you want different views on the game, like you can help you get better. But I feel like you just gotta both your teammates have to be okay with compromising.
Okay, so then when you mention like when you have your teammates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it harder? Because I know earlier you mentioned that you usually listen to music 20 minutes before like the tournament, well, before your match starts, so you can focus and lock in. How do you do that when you're playing in a team game? How do you lock in?
I still do the same thing. Like I still do the same thing to lock in. But while I'm in tournament, like we could do like simple callouts, like one word callouts that could like help out each other, and like because one word callouts are the best because like sometimes like it is the quickest thing to say, but also like sometimes there's at points where like I don't have to say something to them, and then like we already know.
You guys kind
So
of just know what the other is
yeah,
thinking.
Got you. I see. It basically comes down to it because your teammate, you guys have so much trust in each other, and you already have a friendship outside of the game as well. It becomes
yeah,
like kind of second nature in a
yeah,
sense. I've
yeah.
seen people before in Call of Duty, so and that's like 4 different people, but I know all of them. Like even though we don't team anymore, we all still keep up. So like I see what you mean by that, like the vibe part.
Yeah.
And how important overall is that like that team camaraderie? Just that friendship. How important? How much value you put into that friendship?
Is that Ghost Prime?
What do you mean? Like what do you mean?
So, for those who don't know, K7 is your teammate in multiverses, right? And what I'm asking is, how important does that friendship need to be? Does that team bonding the we should just talk and call from time to time to just understand each other's mindset, see how close we are as friends, just overall just knowing what the other person thinks, what goes through their mind, the decision that they do, why they do
Mhm.
this, stuff like that. Is that friendship important? Is that team bonding experience, chemistry
For
important?
for me, yes. I feel like I said earlier, like I think it's definitely good to start off with like having your friendship and everything, because then you guys aren't like uncomfortable with each other, like talking to each other, especially calling out when someone's wrong or when they think they're wrong, and speaking their mind. I think that definitely helps, but it's not everything because I know there's some people who've been friends for forever, but they can't team together, whether just because they don't see the game exactly the same and they can't compromise.
So then, how hard is it to hold each other accountable?
For me and Kev, I think it's kind of easy. Like, there's been times I'm just like Kev, you can't be doing that there. Like, you have to. And he'll be like, okay, like, I understand. And then there's times where he'll be like, I'll die, and he'll be like, yo, Pet, like, you can't die there, like, because basically, as a player, he understands that I'm better. Like, I'm good enough to not die at those situations. I'm like, okay, like, you're right. Like, I shouldn't even put myself in those situations to die. Like. At the end of the day, like I value his opinion as a teammate, so if he thinks something's wrong, then I'll take it into consideration. Even if I don't agree, I'll keep it in the back of my head.
Yeah. The reason I bring that up is because like a lot of people don't know how to take constructive criticism. They just think everybody's just trying to violate, but in reality, you just want to know their point. Like you're like, yo, bro, that's a bad play. This is why it's a bad play. We needed you here, and you instead did this, and And a lot of people don't know how to just take that information. Like, I'm not trying to violate you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. It's just that this option might have been better.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we come back down to like the fighter sides of things, how do you keep yourself like from somebody getting in your head? We was having this conversation before, with like the past people who've been on the podcast. We would say things like, when it comes to a tournament, it's a lot that goes into it, right? But how do you keep yourself mentally stable throughout a whole tournament, a 4-hour run, a 5-hour run, a 2-day event? How do you keep yourself mentally stable for the event?
Honestly, for me at this point, I'm just confident in my own play and everything that I do that I feel like if I'm playing how I'm playing, then I could win. Then I don't think I should lose. whether you take that as cockiness or confident, I just believe in myself, so that helps me not get as nervous or scared in tournament. So that helps me. Also, like, there's just things where, like, I don't even think about losing sometimes, because I feel like once you start thinking about losing, that's when you like start to really doubt yourself. And like that's why I try not to really think about it, because that's when I start overthinking. That's when I start getting scared. Like there's been times where like I know I'm good enough to win, but then I think I could lose, or I think this, and now I'm getting scared. Now I'm really getting nervous. So I feel like I got better of like just having a better mental of not thinking that.
So during those exact moments, right, when you're like, damn, I might actually lose. How do you snap out of that mid-tournament, mid-set, game 2, you lose first game? How do you instantly snap out of that?
Well, there have been times in tournament like I felt like that going into game 1. And then once the game starts, I try like absolutely to not think about it and just concentrate on the game. And then when I start concentrating on the game, it starts to go away. And then I also just remind myself like I'm good enough to win. So when I realize after at a point where like I get a hit or something and I'm good enough to win, then I'm just like, all right, it kind of just goes away. But sometimes it's like starting the game that really helps me get unnervous.
And what kind of advice can you give to the players that have a weak mental when it comes to playing?
Having a weak mental, I feel like you can always improve your mental, just like how you can improve being good at the game. Whether it's called like watching videos, like inspiration videos to help you, like even the great athletes, like no matter what it is, like you go look at boxing, you go look at Muhammad Ali, you go look at Mike Tyson, you go look at all these players, like you notice they all have strong mentals, like, and they all have like quotes, like this quotes that are just inspirational, like basketball quotes and stuff like that. Like it got to a point like around like comic book and stuff. Before then, that's when I started really getting into like a lot of quotes. That's when I started listening to a lot more of like Muhammad Ali, his quotes of Mike Tyson, like just they thought, and like that helped me get my mental a lot better. Also, like around comic book before then, I was working out a little bit, so that helps me mentally too, because you feel better about yourself. You feel better about yourself and you feel good. So that helps you in the game, even though you're doing stuff in real life.
So you're saying like that confidence booster is what keeps you up, is what keeps you going.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because like there's times where players are about to play a set and they're like, oh, I got Pred first round. GG's, I'm in losers. Like they already defeated before even playing you. When in reality, like, yeah, you're one of the greats, but that doesn't mean that the person that you're playing against has no chance playing against you. Like, there's a reason upsets happen. Upsets happen all the time. You know what I mean? So when players go into a set saying, well, GG's, I got to play Pred first round. All right, just DQ me, I guess. Like, when players play like that, it's really hard to have a conversation with them because they're already mentally defeated. And that mental is already weak, I want to say.
Yeah.
So how can
that mindset is very
How can you even help those players that are already like mentally checked out before the game even starts?
That's when I would recommend those videos and stuff, and even like working out, because it helps outside of like like tournaments. Like it helps in tournament. Also, I believe that I firmly believe that in tournament, if we had a scale of 100%, like how much skill matters and how much mental matters, I think it's only 40% skill and 60% mental.
Really?
I think it's more mental than it is skill sometimes. I really think it's 60% mental, 40% skill.
That's a lot of percent, bro. That's actually a lot of percent.
Yeah, so I don't think it's just cut out just 50-50. I think it's just because there's just some players like you notice, right? Think about it. There's times where you get old players who don't play this game, but they're great. They're great in every other game. They've been doing this for years. Like, let me just give you an example. Kuzi and Akari, Akari is definitely a better Dragon Ball player in every right? At this moment now, he's definitely a lot better than him. But Kuzi been doing this for years. This does not faze him. He does not get nervous. He's like, well, I don't have anything to lose, and I can win because of this. I'm nasty, And that's when it comes down to Chris Jesus has also had the better mental. Like you could see Hikari when he plays in tournaments, he gets very emotional. He gets very nervous.
So
That's why I can go.
I was gonna say, is that all just experience coming in from Chris G? Because that said, for example, that happened at Combo Breaker, the Chris G versus Hikari.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just purely experience coming in from Chris G as well?
It's experience, and also that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like if Chris G was just 10 times worse than him, then he wouldn't even win, even if he had a better mental. But he's also good at the game and has a good mental, while Hikari is great at the game but doesn't have a good mental. So like, so you know, if like Hikari's like a 9 and Chris G is like a 8. But Chris G has a 10 on mental and Hikari has like a 5 on mental, Chris G is gonna win because he just outrights him in you know, like the mental game. When I think, like I said earlier, it's 60% mental and 40% skill.
That actually makes a lot of sense, right? Because there's times where a player just loses to the name and not in the game. Like they just Legendary Pred, I gotta play Pred next, and they're already mentally defeated before you even sit down to play. Even if you're having a bad day, it could be one of your worst days ever playing in a tournament. But they just see Legendary Pred. Oh my God, I gotta play Pred. And all of a sudden, they just forget how to play the game. They just, everything just goes out the window. Yeah. So,
like, to add on to what like Pred was saying, I also think, in my opinion, I feel like, I think using the Chris G and the Hikari situation, that set is the perfect way to kind of establish what you're saying, because at the same time, Chris G probably already experienced all those emotions we're talking about and found out how to conquer them because he's been doing it for so long. So that ties in with his experience, because he's already been in the stage where it's like, all right, I'm pretty sure he's playing like Sonic Fox. He's playing all the best players in the world. So I'm pretty sure it's probably crossed his mind every once in a while. But he's like, I'm him. And in Hikari's case, it's like, he's a great player. We know he's the better player. But I think that was his very first offline. Amazing. First time traveling, first time doing everything. So it's like, when you have those matchups, like, I agree with like exactly what you mean by that. Like, as well as at least with fighting games. I'm not sure about every competition, but at least with fighting games, I think it is that the mental game is probably what you want to conquer the first, and then let your skills talk up after that.
I actually think it doesn't only apply to fighting games. I actually think it applies to a lot of situations in life and every other sport. Because there's also like in boxing, right? Say you're better than someone, right? But you don't want to go close to him because you know he has a strong punch, right? Now that means you're scared. So now let's say you're great in close combat, but you don't want to do that just because you're scared of getting hit. That's also your mental being weak.
I agree. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Is this? Are you a huge boxer, Pred? I never heard this before. This is the second time you mentioned boxing in the conversation.
I'm not a huge boxer. No, I don't do boxing, but I watch like a lot of like just like I said, like I used to watch a lot of like before when it was Combo Breaker and like Evo time. Like I used to listen to a lot of videos of like, you know, you get the Mamba mentality, you get the Muhammad Ali's like quotes, you get the Mike Tyson quotes, like all those stuff, like, you know, just help.
Actually, now that you mentioned the Mamba mentality, I want to know, do you how often do you get into the flow state? Actually, before you answer that, explain what flow state is to you, for the people watching.
For me, it's like something where you're in the zone, but you don't have to even think about any of the decisions. You just kind of you just do it without thinking, like without hesitating, and then you're just able to do whatever you want, and you're okay with being wrong, but you don't even think you're gonna be wrong. You just think you're gonna be right.
So you're ultra instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. That's
actually the premise of it, basically, though.
It is. So go ahead. How often do you get in the zone? How often do you get into flow state?
I feel like I get it a lot more in majors than I do in regionals and locals, just because it doesn't matter to me as much, like the locals and regionals, because we have them so often. The majors that happen so much, but also because the prep time I go into with the majors and stuff is a lot. Like, and locals, you never see me really have you always see me talking to you guys and always, you know, interacting and stuff like that. So I don't get into it as much. But like in majors, like I'll step away from you guys, even though you guys, I love talking to you guys and all that. But that's not what I'm there for. I'm there to win. So like that helped me. Like once I start having my music like blasting and I start feeling like the beat of like the song and everything, and that's how like when I know I'm in it.
Okay, you mentioned in your headphones one too many times. What do you listen to? What is the Pred playlist looking like?
It's a whole bunch of like OSTs. Honestly, it's just a whole bunch of OSTs. There's also some like other songs like just rap and stuff. But most of the time when I'm like really trying to get in the zones like Evo and Combo Breaker, it's a lot of like OSTs.
Mainly OSTs. Is there a specific song that you go to? Like for example, I think it was at was it CEO when you was listening to Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, that's definitely one of my go-tos. It's not the only one, but it's definitely one of my go-tos.
What's your drill artist? What drill artist you listening to? Ice Spice?
Yeah.
You're a munch? You're a munch?
Are you a munch? Is this confirmed?
Hey man.
I am not.
You're not a
We wouldn't
munch?
judge you, bro. We wouldn't judge you, man.
I am not, bro.
Very munchable.
Hey, yeah.
Lunchables with an M.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. Honestly, the rap one changes a lot. Like the rap one is never the same. It's just whatever song I'm clicking to at that moment.
So do
Like the OST ones kind of stay the same, but the rap ones always change.
Fred, I gotta ask the question, bro. When's your diss track coming out on Lex?
Like,
He never even said anything about me in this track.
He said, Fred, can you do something for me?
Yeah, then he said, "Can you call Hook for me?" That's all he said. He didn't say no disses at me. He only threw his disses at him and Nitro.
So if he were to diss you, if he actually said a diss about you, would you drop a diss track?
He would never do it.
oh,
I'm saying in the hypothetical realm.
Would I do it? No, I wouldn't do it.
Oh. No, but let's talk about you know what? Let's talk about this weekend with the whole Angelic 8. You being one of the core components of the players being there. How was your experience overall? Like, tell the people that weren't there how it went.
It was a great event. Honestly, it was a great event just for me in general. Like, Danny had a good tournament. Like, it was also a good tournament, but it was also like a huge get together. So that's what I really liked. There's also a lot of people I didn't see at that moment and for a while, and there's a whole bunch of good vibes.
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering why you were playing Kefla. I kept getting a question: why is Prey playing Kefla? Why is Prey playing Kefla? Can you explain to the people why you were playing her?
Honestly, I wasn't too much in practice at the time. I could have also used my main team, and I felt like if I did use my main team, I could have won. It just kind of wanted to just really have fun at the time, to be honest. Like, there's never been a time where I always been super serious when it comes to it, and there's a lot of times when I'm super serious, like I told you earlier, when I go to tournaments and stuff, I don't get to talk to a lot of people just because I'm also always trying to concentrate and win the tournament. So there's a lot of people that I haven't talked to in a while that I just really wanted to talk to. So I took it as I'm still gonna try when I play, but I'm not gonna be overly do it, where it's over headphones all the time, not talking to no one. Like, I'll put my headphones before I'll play someone, maybe for like 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna not talk to someone for an hour. Like, I wasn't gonna do that because I really wanted to have a great time with like everyone else there.
How does it feel when you go to events, whether it's the Angelic 8, whether it's CEO, Combo Breaker, Frosty, CEO, whatever tournament you're going to? How does it feel interacting with the community, seeing players, seeing people come up to you like, oh my god, are you Pride? Can I take a picture? Oh, Pride, can you play me in a set? How's that feel? What is that like?
Honestly, it doesn't feel like anything drastic. Like, I think it's cool that people, like watching me and then like to take pictures and stuff. But I don't treat them any different. Like, I see them as also another human and stuff. So if they want to play, like, there's a whole bunch of people that come up to me and ask those stuff, and they never tell me their name. And I'm just like, yo, like, what's your name? Like, I always ask them because I think 9 out of 10 times when people ask me that, they never tell me their name. I want to know who you are also, you know?
You want to know exactly who they are, be involved, understanding, especially somebody who watches your streams, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like how often do you feel that damn, like I really want to know who you are too. You know, some people be supporting you for years now, right? How long you been playing the game? How long has it been?
Probably like 4 years now.
4 years. So there's definitely a lot of people, especially from your streams, that come up to you, and you generally want to know. I know as me now starting a streaming career and doing all this, there's times when people come up to me and I generally want to know who they are, or from the chat they tell me, "Yo, Daniel, so and so." I'm like, "Oh, what's up? How you doing?" Like it's nice to know that there's people out there who genuinely care about you. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Um. So now we need to ask. We all know that you're legendary Pred, the guy who wins tournaments. But before then, before you started winning tournaments and all that, who were you?
The same person.
But who was? What were you like before tournament scene? Because unless you've been playing tournaments your whole life, but I want to know the person who you were before tournaments came into existence.
I think I was always been a competitive person, even without tournaments. Like for me, besides I was going into tournaments and stuff, like I felt like I was the same, but it was just different. The only thing that was different is it just came down to sports. Like I played soccer for majority of my life. Like I'm 22 and I played it for like 16 years. So that was my competitive stuff. And then also I also played video games for when I wasn't playing like sports and stuff. I would play with my friends and then I would want to be the best out of all my friends. And if one of my friends were good, fuck it, I'm gonna get better because I want to be the best, even though it's only between us. So when it comes to anything like competitive, I always wanted to like do the best I can. So that's how I kind of got into like the scenes and stuff. Cause I used to do game battles for COD and stuff like that. Cause I was like, this helps me get better at being better than my friends, and I'm also gonna do that. And also like having money and stuff makes people super more competitive. And it makes it like more like dire situations, because you don't want to lose your money, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you just overall have always been competitive. Are you like you mentioned earlier, the Mamba mentality, right? Are you racing to the door to see who can open the door, who gets to the door first? If we're speed walking, if we're walking down the block and we're about to approach a stop sign, are you taking that extra step ahead of me just to mentally say, "Oh, I beat him to the stop sign"? Are you doing things like that, or?
I think there was a point where I was like that when it came to like earlier in the year for Dragon Ball. Like that's also because I really enjoyed my team, and then like that was one of the first times I really enjoyed it with Team Gon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would do it a lot more then. Now I do it for multiverse. Like I'll like I said, I'll watch VODs like 7 times, and people be like, "Yo, why you keep watching the same thing?" I'm like, "Well, I want to know, like what can I find that's better and stuff." But there's not like in every single thing like in life. I'm not about to just be super competitive. Like if it's just like we're eating, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try and eat faster than you. I'm not like that. Like it only really comes down to games and stuff, and I have to enjoy it to be like that. So if I don't enjoy what I'm doing, then I'm not gonna be like that.
Okay, no, I asked because there are players, right, in other sports like the LeBron James of the world, the Kobe Bryants of the world, the Michael Jordans, that they would literally, if we sit down to eat, my goal is to finish my food before you. These things do occur because they just want to be better than you at every aspect. You know what I mean? So then when you're doing these things, right, when you're preparing and you're breaking it down and you're thinking and you're sleeping, you're going to bed at night, is there anything that keeps you awake? Like when you lose a tournament, does that ever keep you awake at night? Like, damn, I really lost that. I could have done this. I should have done this. Does it eat at you?
Yes, I hate losing so much that I sit there and rewatch the VOD the same night. Even though I'm agitated and annoyed, I rewatch it. And I'm just like, I need to know what I did wrong, what I could have did better. But that also comes with, like, I have to like the game. Then I'll really be like that. But yeah, that I'll definitely, like, there's points where I'm just like, damn, like, it could ruin my whole mood for the rest of the day.
Really?
And,
really?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Your whole day?
Yeah, for the rest of the day, like if we had tournaments at the night, I just get
Yeah,
ruined.
I get salty like that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
like this
hate losing.
time. Yeah, I just like it ruined it for like a majority of the day. And the only times it gets over the fact that I hate losing is like I'm like, alright, like I gotta stop trying. The only way I get out of it and I'm hanging out with people, I'm just like, let me get out of this mood because I don't want to make everyone else be in a bad mood or kill the vibe. Like that's the only reason I'll get out of it. But even then, sometimes like like say I'm hanging out with you right after I lose and we go hang out. I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna just try and like be cool and just just not try to kill the mood. But next thing I know, when I'm leaving and I'm driving in my car, I'm like, oh my god, like I am just
Okay, you get
Yes, yeah.
that actually makes sense because you get like that draining feeling. I actually remember like when you're walking off stage after losing at was it CEO when you're walking off stage and we're there like we're always there to support you and you're getting off stage you're just like you just have your head down you're like damn like you're trying to like cope with it understand what's happening but at the same time you're just like I really lost. Like I shouldn't have lost this. Like I could have done this. I know everything's going through your mind. Like you can see it in your eyes, and you know. But you also know at the same time that your homies are there to support you, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't really have homies to support them when they lose. So,
Yeah.
what advice can you give players that go to tournaments and maybe they make it to grand finals their first time, or maybe they get far in the bracket, they go 3-2, 4-2, or something like that, right? What kind of advice can you give to players that go to tournaments by themselves and they lose, or even win? Like, what kind of advice can you give to those kinds of players?
Honestly, find something that makes you get your mind off of it. Whether it's going out to eat or doing something to get your mind off of it, and then after you get your mind off it, if you're still mad afterwards, then like try like what I used to do, just a body review. Because if you really don't want to lose and you hate losing that much, then you should try your best to not be put in that same predicament.
Do you watch your VODs immediately after you lose?
Most of the time, yes. Like I watch it that same night when I'm about to go to bed. Like say I do esports arena, and if for instance at like 11, I'll watch it at like 1. Like I won't watch it that like second after the set because I'm still upset, but I'll watch it like an hour later.
Damn, how do you that takes a strong mental to actually want to watch your set 2 hours later, 3 hours later. That's actually
Yeah.
pretty difficult. A lot of people can't do that, myself included. I can't just watch my set. I have to let it marinate and then I watch it the next day at least. But immediately after, your mental has to actually be really strong for that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just me being a little crazy. I have a problem with DBO. It's just not wanting to lose and why. Just figuring out why I lost.
No, yeah, that right there, it speaks volumes because a lot of players, when it comes to playing, whether it's Dragon Ball, Call of Duty, Overwatch, whatever game that they decide to go pro in or decide the best to, whatever, it takes a lot of preparation. You can't just wake up and be nasty. That's not how it works. Maybe few players, very few anomalies that happens very few times, but you don't just wake up and like, oh, I'm here, I'm nasty. You do. Players do go 0-2. Players do go 1-2. These things happen before they become greats. Of course, there's players who just come out of nowhere and just, boom, I'm here, I'm nasty. Come see me, right? Like who's a good example of that? I don't know if you guys can come me with a name. A player that just came out of the woodworks and became nasty right away.
I think Zane got pretty good.
Yeah, but Zayn has also been playing since the start of the game. He didn't just come out the woodworks being nasty. The player that comes to the event for the very first time and they're just top 8 immediately. Or Muffin even. Muffin. We could use Muffin as an example. Muffin has only missed like about 3 top 8s in a few tournaments he played at offline. Like he started off really good. Enzim, yes. Lawless says Enzim is another player who came to the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are very few anomalies that players that just come in and just become nasty immediately. But I want to know who you played a lot of great players. You played against multiple caliber, different level of strength, different everything. Who was the one player who you say actually gives you the most trouble?
The most trouble in this game?
Yes, in Dragon Ball.
Honestly? I can't even give you a name. I'm so bad to say, but I just like because I feel like there's people that give me a lot of like they'll beat me like the first 2 times, and then I go watch volley, and then I go beat them again. Like I never really felt there was a time where I had that where I was like, oh my god, like I have the, you know, like some people say they have like I don't know what they call it, but like that one person that can't be, yeah,
The demon.
yeah, that demon. Like I never really felt like I had a demon in any part of Dragon Ball when I had it. Like the closest I felt like, oh my god, I hate playing this person was when I first played Sage, like ever. Like the
kill
Sage, I played on the first time ever, and he just bodied me. But after that, I was like, we never played for like 2 years, and then I also beat him the time after that, and then he beat me again recently at like one birthday bash, and then I was like, well, not really my demon. Like I beat you, and you'll have like one game up on me, you know. And then I also beat him in Puerto Rico, so now we're tied again. So it's like I never really felt like I really had a demon. The person who's playing the most is definitely like I'm just like, yo, I hate playing this guy. I hate playing Hook, even though like I hate playing Hook. Like there was a point when I think Hook was the best in the game around like season 30ish, like around there, like around regionals and stuff. Like a little bit before that, like I think he was probably the best. It just even though I went even with him. Like you could ask him. Like he even said it. I went even with him, even when underplayers win it. Like I'm like, yo, I hate playing this guy. Like I would win. Like it would be 10-10. I'd just be aggravated. I'm like, yo, this guy is such a bum. Like he's like,
why are you flaming him like that?
No, I told him like this. But then you know what he told me?
What?
The person he hates playing the most is me. So I don't know. It's the same way. So I don't know.
It's a mutual feeling. What is it? What is the thing that when you play against Hook that he does that other players don't do that make you feel this way?
His neutral, like it's just a neutral. Like I was like, oh my god, this shit is so annoying to get in, and then like he'll do a crazy option and kill you for it, and then like it's just so funny because sometimes I'm streaming and he'll complain, and then I do a crazy option and he'll be like, oh my god, I'm like, yes, like you stupid, you suck. But yeah, I think it's all ties together. Like it's just neutral. It gets frustrating sometimes playing him for like a long set because you just always have to get in, and getting in is very annoying.
Would you then, since you say you hate playing him the most, who do you enjoy playing the most then? Who's your favorite player like to play against?
Like probably Yasa.
Yasha?
Yeah, offline.
Yeah.
Offline.
Not the 30 frames of delay from France to the US.
Yeah, not that. Yeah, so offline.
Why Yasha?
I think he has the best movement in the game, so it helps me make very split second decisions a lot, and I feel like that helps me a lot because he moves very fast while I don't always move super fast. So sometimes we have like a really fast game, and you know, it also helps me improve.
It's interesting that you say Yasha, considering the fact that there's so many players that you play against here in your locals, at different majors or regionals across the states. But you say somebody all the way in a whole different continent that is a whole different region, a whole different country, excuse me. That is your favorite place to play. Mm-hmm. So do you think Yasha makes you a better player or Hook makes you a better player?
No, that's hard. That's actually really hard because no, I don't even know if I can answer this because like when I was playing the Combo Breaker, Yasa, like I was practicing with Hook on Parsec and everything. But when we went offline, I was practicing with Yasa the whole time because I was like, I feel like you make me play my best. Like if I want to play my best offline and practice and get in that like, all right, let's go here, I'll go play Yasa. But I don't know, like, because I also feel like Hook helped me more than Yasa did, just with a whole bunch of like Parsec and training offline and stuff.
Do you, yeah, go ahead, continue.
honestly, probably Hook helped me more than Yasuo.
He helps you more. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that as a top level player, right, as the arguably top 5, top 2, top 3 in the whole states, um, do you think that you have to play at different levels of players, whether it's top players, mid level players, low level
Yes.
players?
Yes.
Why?
There's some options some people at the top level won't do. And if you get too used to that and you play like someone who's just good, they'll do those options while also doing good stuff, and then they'll throw you off, and you like start getting hit a lot for some things that you know are bad options, but you're not looking for them anymore. So you end up like dying to them a lot.
Okay. Does someone here ask, is there anyone from the outside the states you're looking forward to playing at LCQ or finals?
That I haven't played before or have played and I want to play them again.
It just says anyone.
I mean, I want to play Yasuo again. That's fine.
Well, okay. So what about players you haven't played before, maybe, or not recently, or not as much that you're looking forward to playing?
I think it'll be fun to play Bane again. I haven't played him in a while. And Shanks is really fun to play. Shanks is like one of the only people I'm just like, bruh, like, I don't know when to mask on. I think he's the only person in this game I don't know who to when to mask on. Like, honestly, I think he's the only person in this game I was like, what the fuck, when do I mask?
Because it's interesting that you say Shanks, that you can't mash on him, but you mentioned earlier that you're able to get reads on pretty much anyone. You just know, you understand like what they want to do. But Shanks, you don't? Why?
I don't know. I feel like he knows when I want to mask, but the thing is, I'm gonna tell you this. This is the funniest thing either.
Okay.
So me and Shanks played before Evo. We were warming up. We went 11-11. But you know, we went 11-11. But you saw we played at top 8 Evo. I beat him 2-0.
Ooh.
So when we played the 11-11, he caught me for 8 out of 10 of matches. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. And when I DP'd, you know how many times I hit him with my DP?
How many?
10 out of 10.
Oh.
He did not block anyone in my DP. So we were just laughing. I'm like, yo, you catch it every time I mash, you can't catch him when I DP. I think it's more of like, once I knew that, I'm like, okay, I could just jump instead of mashing. Like, you know, like I'll just pick on the options to get out rather than mash. And then that's what you kind of saw with the adaptation. And when you played at Evo, like, instead of just mashing, I just choose when to jump.
But that's interesting though, right? Because a lot of players don't really know their options. Some players just want to mash it out. And in reality, there's so many other options, so many other better defensive options that they can do. But they just want to just press square. Like, why? Why do you believe players, or what do you think players don't know how to properly cycle their options?
One, they don't do it often, and no one really makes them do it. Or even then, like, they're just so. Some people don't like to go outside their comfort zone, and I feel like if you're not okay with going out of your comfort zone, then that kind of steals you as a player. Like, you can't. It's hard to sometimes improve, and sometimes like some people don't like to do options because they don't. If like say they're wrong for the option, they could die. Like, they don't really believe in like their options, so they're like, I'm only gonna pick something that doesn't make me die, or something that like I'm the most comfortable with.
That confidence, like you was mentioning earlier, is not there. That confidence that they have is actually not truly there.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like you mentioned earlier, you need to play like those mid-level players or low-level players. What can those mid-level players that are already starting, like they watch VODs, they understand, they see what's going on, they get the game, but their execution just is not there. Like they study, they watch, they listen, they're getting coached. What other advice can they give them? They're trying to get the mental battle better. What else can they do to separate themselves to going from mid-level player to top level?
Just doing like what I said earlier, like watching some YouTube videos, just working out, like just improve your mental. Like, if you feel like you're doing everything to get your skill better, then I feel like you just gotta do stuff to improve your mental.
So then, when when you're here, getting ready for LCQ, what kind of advice can you give everybody right now? LCQ is in about 2 months. What can you tell the people? What is Legendary Pred doing for these next 2 months?
I mean, if I don't cap, I'm just gonna practice. So right now, I'm not looking to cap, but if I'm practicing, I think I would just win.
How serious are you?
About what?
About winning LCQs, winning finals.
I'm very serious about it right now. Like at this moment, I'm not where I'm just like I don't want to practice right now. Like right now, I was like, okay, this is the day I'm gonna practice. I started practicing some today. I'm very serious about it right now. This could probably change in the future depending how I feel about the game. Because right now, like I'm not really enjoying the game as much, but I don't like losing also. So if that drive stays higher to not lose than not enjoying the game, then I'll take it very serious. Like at the moment.
So when you say you're gonna take it very serious, what does that entail? Are you playing every day? Are you going offlines every day? Well, what's the I'm taking it very serious?
Watching VODs again when I play top players. Practicing against good players more when I stream. Because usually when I stream, kind of just not really using my main team a lot, kind of just goofing around. So taking just a lot of things a lot more serious. Because just taking it a lot more serious give me like good things of like patterns of when not to like what I'm doing bad and when not to do bad.
Does that hinder you?
Huh?
Does that hinder you?
What?
Not playing your main team on and stuff like that when you play online?
It doesn't hinder me. I just feel like it doesn't help.
Is it worth for you playing then?
I do it because I like to stream, but sometimes I don't think it does. Like sometimes it just doesn't help me, just because like only time I really feel like it helps me if I'm learning, like if I'm using a team of characters I don't know and I'm trying to learn everything about them. Like I'm trying to learn like what's their weaknesses, what they struggle in. Like I remember in the beginning, like in NOBC, like when I really liked the game, like I lost to WL one time. And you know what I went home? I picked up Ginyu and learned and played him for like a week just to learn all his combos and learn all his stuff. I literally just did that for a week. I just learned everything. I'm like, all right, what did Ginyu do? What's his setups? I learned everything of those just so I don't get hit by them again.
That's how. Wait, did you seriously do that? That's how determined you were?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, that's what I did. I definitely picked up Ginyu and I was like, I'm learning all his setups, so you're not hitting me with this again.
You know, yeah. that's actually really real because see, I might go into a little rant here, but I realized that a lot of times when certain players put certain characters like top 2, top 3, top 5, top 10, whatever, sometimes they never really even played the character. They don't even realize their faults of said character. You know, like some people still don't even know that Gotenks auto combo is bugged, right? Some people don't even know that. Right? Some people would say, this is all like, what's the word? You can debate it if you want. I used to say, memely, I thought Janemba was like one of the best characters in the game. And then I played the character and I realized that his air key blasts suck. His grounded buttons, his grounded key blasts, like a lot of his buttons aren't super great. Like his options, when somebody super dashes you in the air, if you're not preemptively using EX slash, stuff like that, you'll get smoked, right? But these are things that I didn't know until I played the character. Like they was always there, but I just didn't know. So then my opinion on the character changed. And what I'm saying is that sometimes players even say to me, oh, Videl's broken. She's like the best character in the game, blah, 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 blah. But they never play Videl. So they don't really know the faults of the character. They just see what I do with her, what another player does, like Mizi. They see what we do with her, and they think, oh, this character is broken. But in reality, they just never lap the matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, back then, I was just as crazy as I am about Dragon Ball than as how I am with Multiverse right now. I don't have that same thing as I do now. I don't know if I could make it, even if I wanted to have that same thing. Just to practice with finals, but I think I would, still take it serious. Like I might just not pick up a character and like learn everything about them in a week, but I'll definitely lab them. Like even in season 3, when there was a time like when UI came out, you know how people made like defense bots and they make it just for only like
Specific characters.
yeah, like Modern 20. Like I used to lab it about certain characters. As Broly was giving me trouble, when Kanto was playing, okay, you know what I went to go do? I went to go lab as Broly. Let's put random block things, random command grabs in there. I was like, alright, well, let's go, you know?
Yeah, Kanto's one of those players who actually was super underrated. People don't really know about Kanto like that, but Kanto's out here. Kanto's definitely out. He was giving everybody to work with as Broly. That's definitely a thing. I gotta ask this, right? Yeah, your Toby, aka your favorite. He said your favorite mod or your favorite sub. He says, "Is it true that France needs Wawa?" Be honest with us.
How it's looking, they probably do need Wawa.
Damn.
How it's looking, they probably do need him. They haven't really won anything right now, but I think the French will step up for LGQ. I think they're tired of losing. So,
like, it's interesting, right? Like the moment Wawa stops playing the game, they just all of a sudden they just get gapped by the Americans, by us.
yeah.
Is that are they carried?
Are they carried by Wawa?
Yeah, are they carried?
I mean, that's what it looks like. But like I said, I think they're stepping up this LCQ. But if they don't, this is their final like we're not carried by Wawa moment. If they lose this too, then it's just 100% they are carried by them.
Is it a stain?
I definitely think they can't say they're not carried by Wawa at that point.
So then, what if Wawa makes a guest appearance?
Like the LCQ and plays?
Yeah, like let's say, because Wawa still plays the game, right? Like if you follow Wawa in the game, he still plays the game, or you follow his YouTube channel, he uploads matches on a regular basis, on a consistent basis. They're like he just quit the game altogether.
Mm-hmm. He still plays like 40 games a day. I think it'll be hype.
Definitely be hype.
Honestly, I kind of want him to be there again.
Okay. But Wawa's not qualified, so you would have to end up taking one of the spots from the LCQs, which I believe he can, but...
Yeah, I think he can, but... Yeah, I think that would be... I would want that. I would want the best players there.
It's interesting, right? Because we talked about earlier how a lot of the players that are qualified are being qualified, some from offline events, but a lot from online events. Do you really think that this is the most powerful finals that we're going to have, the strongest?
No, because just because the limit on the stronger regions, like only 2 from East Coast, only 2 from France, only like stuff like that makes it not the strongest, but I definitely do think it'll be good competition.
Okay. What are you most excited for coming up for LCQs for finals?
Honestly, I'm most excited to playing everyone again, and also like getting back into practice. Like I'm kind of excited to get back in practice just because I feel like personally it might stir some controversy, but Daniel loves those type of things because they have to promote his content and everything. But I strongly believe 110% that when I am in practice, there's no one better than me.
Really?
Yes.
You know what's funny? Somebody said the same thing.
Yeah, somebody did say the same exact words.
Yeah, so I strongly believe that if I want to get in practice right now and I get like this right now, if I take this serious going into finals, I don't think that anyone's better than me.
So you saying if you put in 10,000 hours and I put in 10,000 hours, it don't matter because your 10,000 hours are better than mine?
I'm just better, yes.
For the people watching, y'all heard these words before. J-Boy, I know you heard these words before.
I heard these words.
Who, J-Boy, can you remind me who said these words?
Enzim said that. Enzim.
Oos, these are Enzim's words. What are your thoughts on our fellow player? Your
No,
honest thoughts.
Enzo's a great player. I think he's actually really good. I think he cares a lot about the game, about how I used to care about it. So like he'll put in that extra work when it comes into practicing, when it comes into going that one extra step of watching VODs again that he already watched. Like I know he takes those steps. So I even told him at one point at Puerto Rico after I beat him, I was helping him, and he could contest it himself. I said, the reason you're also losing to me is because you're playing not to win, and instead of not playing to lose. I mean, you're playing not to lose instead of playing to win, and I felt like that's why he lost to me at Puerto Rico. And also, like,
Wait, hold on. Explain what that means for the people that don't know.
He's just taking everything too safe and taking too many like. He's not taking anything like. Everything he picks in offense and defense is very safe. So he's also like not taking those extra steps just to be able to win. Whether it's massing, jumping, reflecting, or anything. He's just doing something that everything is safe. Because he doesn't want to lose to those options,
Okay.
But yeah, I told him like, because this is what I don't say stuff unless I believe it. The players, like, I don't like to lie to players, but I told him if he continues to practice like that and do everything, he'll probably be the best eventually. Because I kind of see that he's doing the same thing I did when I was practicing and doing VODs and stuff, that he puts in that extra 110, which I know most players don't do, while also having skill. Most people are like, they stop once they feel like they're near the top, but he doesn't. So that's actually really good.
Yeah, I would actually even give credit, right? Because even over this weekend, when on Sunday, this past Sunday when we're at TSL 91, while we sit on the couch, like chopping it up, watching matches going on the stream, and we sit on the couch and we just chatting and stuff, right? He opens up his phone. And I'm like, I glance over, not like intentionally, but I just happen to just glance over towards him while we're talking, towards his hands, towards his phone. And he's just watching Wobble's videos. You know what I mean? So, like, at that point in time, like, I know that I was like, wait, he's actually one of those players who's very serious about competing. He's very serious about winning. This to him is not a joke. It's not just a pastime. He really wants to win. He really wants to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like jokingly, I say to him like, "Oh, bro, go touch some grass." But he's like, "I want to be the best. If this is what it takes to be the best, this is what I want to do. I'm very determined." And I think that's actually like a very, very strong mindset to have and wanting to always be the best. Like you mentioned earlier, some players just lose. Okay, well, on to the next one. But you really feel it when you lose. When you say you get back in your car and you're driving back home, you're like, damn, like, why did I lose? I could have done this. I could have done that. You watch your VODs going to sleep. Like, there's players that don't do those things, and then they complain. Are those players in the right to complain when they're just not doing all the necessary requirements?
No, they don't have the right to complain, but that's how some people feel like they should get off their emotions and stuff. But once they realize that's not going to help them get better, and they continue knowing that that doesn't help them get better and they're still going to do it, then there's no reason to really help them, in my opinion.
No reason to help them?
Like, I can, like, if I'm telling you, like, that's stopping you from getting better, but you're not listening to me, I don't also feel like I should be one person to just tell you a million times to keep doing this over and over again. Like, I'll tell you as a friend, and if you're my friend, I'll obviously try and help you, like, get better at that point, but also, like, if you know this, and you know this isn't doing it, and you're continuously doing it, then, like, it's not, I can't do everything for you. You have to want it yourself.
Do you ever give up on people when it comes to, like, trying to teach them?
No, like, if I know they're serious, but I know sometimes they have, like, downs, like, some people have some downs, like, I won't give up on you. But I also have to firmly believe you want it at that time. Like, that's at that point. That's why I also haven't, like. I feel like I'm really good at coaching and helping people become really good. And if I could tell that you really want it and I could see it, then I'll help you. But if I don't see it and I could tell you also don't really want it, then I won't give you the same attention than I would to someone that that I know really wants it.
Pred, by chance, do you happen to have a Metafy?
I do. It is metafy./LegendaryyPred.
So okay. when it comes to like teaching these like players and stuff like that, um, what are you teaching them? What advice do you give these players to just be nasty?
I play them and then I take notes and I tell them how to get better, and then I would give them notes, and then if I see that they're taking it into consideration and adding it to their game, then I'll just give you more stuff like that and tell you, and then I'll even sometimes help you. Like, if I know a setup with your team, I'll go give you a setup with your team. Like, I'll just do stuff like that.
You'll even play their characters to see like what more they can do.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point next one knows I was helping him with his team, with his Kid Buu Kefla UI team. I literally played it just to help him with it.
Do I say it out loud?
Well, I think we all know. We don't gotta say it, but I think we all know.
Metafy, what was it? Metafy that what?
What, the free Metafy lesson?
People don't know. People don't know the lore. People don't know the lore. Are you really Soldier Boy? Is like Soldier Boy or is it you?
I might have to be Soldier Boy low key.
Pred is Soldier Boy. Oh my god. Okay. So, what's next? Like, what's next for you in terms of just fighting games, career path, moving forward after finals? What's next for you?
I think Multiverse will probably go back to my main game after finals, but if Evo is at Dragon Ball, if Dragon Ball is at Evo, then I would practice for that again and take it serious. But, I said that, but then I just realized Combo Break is there too. Me, I don't want to lose. I kind of want to be a back-to-back champion in that, so I might have to get in practice for that tournament. But those are the only two tournaments I would get back in practice for Dragon Ball after LCK.
So are you also going to be 2023 champion?
It might have to be done.
I'm gonna have to be there if that was to happen. I gotta be there. I have to support the homie.
Yeah, I think it's time.
So we got after finals, we got Combo Breaker, we got Multiverses, we got Evo, but those are the two main tournaments. So okay, let's say those two tournaments happen, you win or you place really really high, and they release Dragon Ball Fighters 2. Are you interested?
Yes, 100%. If we got Dragon Ball Fighters 2. I would literally go back to being how I was in the beginning of Dragon Ball.
Really?
Yes, I would go back to the beginning of Dragon Ball, and I would literally live everything and watch the ball 10 times a day.
That would be your full-time everything.
Yes.
Damn. Why is that the case?
I love Dragon Ball. I love the series Dragon Ball. So if I can be nice at the game, I want to be nice at the game too. Like if I like the game. And it's also competitive and has tournaments, and that's all I need.
Is that just your love and passion? Like you mentioned soccer, like you just when something really is dear to your heart, is this the same amount of love you give to even to your friends? Do you apply that same energy?
Yeah, I feel like I always try to give advice to my friends. Also try to push them into the right direction.
Okay. All right, so I'm trying something new this week. I forgot who mentioned it, but they wanted me to have a guest appearance, somebody who's been watching, whether it's from your chat or my chat. Oh, we have Kite pull up. All right. Well, I guess Kite is the guest appearance for the day since he was gone for a minute. What's going on, Kite?
Yeah.
Type shit.
All right, let me put your volume up. Give me a second.
All right,
your volume's at max. I can barely hear you.
I'll turn myself up.
I was about to say, is anyone in the chat, let me bring up your stream. And anyone in my chat or in press chat, if you guys have a question that you guys would like for me to ask Pred, ask away right now. But in the meantime, Kite, do you have any questions you want to ask that we haven't asked away? I don't know if he was watching this whole time, but...
Why do you keep trolling, Pred? Walk us through the Kefla pick. And why are trash?
Nah, Kefla definitely was never a character I would play seriously. I thought earlier in the podcast, but honestly, you see me, Kai. Even at Comic Breaker, you see me at times where I had my headphones and I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't really interact just because I cared too much about the tournament, and I just wanted to really win. So there's a lot of people I haven't talked to in a while and stuff, and I didn't want to miss out on an opportunity to talk to everyone, drink with everyone, and do it. Just have this fun interaction with everyone. So I took it as I'll use
So what you're
Kefla.
saying? So what you're saying is that was a throwaway tournament, and that.
No, I don't think it was a throwaway tournament. Cause I mean, when I played, I did want to win. Like, even though like I'm using a random team like Kefla, Vegito, Lapco, like I would still try to win. Cause like I'll try, even though I probably wouldn't have won with that team, which I didn't. But I would still try to win. Like even then, but it wasn't something.
So what you're saying is that you could win on command. Like you could you could just tap into the flow state if you really wanted to.
Flow state,
But you didn't want to do that because you wanted to hang out with the homies. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so are you gonna do that at World Tour? Are we gonna send the pred?
Yeah, I think it's time. I practiced a little bit today. I definitely think I'm gonna start practicing again very seriously. So I mean, like I said earlier, I even told this to you before, Kai. I think when I'm in practice, I don't think there's anyone better than me. So
I mean, we saw that Combo Breaker.
yeah. So
when we seeing you offline?
I mean, I can go to hell tomorrow, Daniel. I want to pick up my wire, so if Faulty and them want to pull up, then I'm already there.
Who you want me to tell to pull up? Who you want me to tell to come through
So
for
what
session?
you're saying is that I'm going to Daniel's tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you heard, Kite?
Oh, that's what I heard.
I mean, I still got my setup still in the living room, so if you guys are serious, you guys are more than welcome.
No, I'm dead serious. I just told you. I have a doctor's appointment at 1, so I'll go. I mean, I don't really care who you invite, Daniel. I honestly, like, only person like, you can invite anyone you want, anyone you feel like you would want in your house. I wanted to play Faulty, though. Faulty looks like he's definitely getting a lot better, and he's doing a lot of stuff against everyone that's really good, so I want to play him.
Okay.
All right, so Pred, what do you have to say? You know, because that's not controversial to me. You know, you saying that when you actually are in practice, no one's better than you. But you know, some people be like, yo, I mean, we seen Enzem and we seen Nitro. Like, you think that you handle an Enzem and Nitro?
In practice? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
My statement doesn't exclude no one. As I said, in practice, I don't think there's anyone better than me. Even when I played against Wawa at Evo, like I was definitely in practice at that time. And I was very close. I think I lost to very minor mistakes, and I felt like if practiced like that again and we played, I think I would win.
So you lost to a 6-7 90%. So you know.
Yeah, that's my mistakes of me not sparking back when I made him spark first and other stuff. But those are easy solves, you know.
I mean, Kite, if you're serious about pulling up tomorrow, you know, my doors is open.
Sure. I bet.
And even I'll say it ahead in time. If you guys plan on cracking now, or you guys want to stay over the night, you guys are more than welcome to.
Alright, but I'll probably my doctor's appointment is at 1, so
Anytime after 1.
Yeah, my doctor's appointment at 1, so maybe I'll be there like 30 years if I had to say.
Nah, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. Kite, the same thing for you. If you want to pull up afterwards, that's completely fine. If you guys want to crack out, that's more than welcome to.
Wait, do you have a PlayStation or no?
I do. I still have the PlayStation here. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bet.
We can run some exhibitions or whatever. We can have a nice little session. I only have one PlayStation available, so if you guys want to bring another one, you can.
Yeah, I can bring mine.
Yeah.
Alright.
But
All right, so Pred, are you going to Frosty's? Also, Daniel, are you going to Frosty's too?
I'm not sure if I'm going to Frosty's. Not yet. I know it's a 1-day event, so I'm not kind of motivated for a 1-day event. But Vegas, it seems more like a possibility.
What about you, Pred? You going?
Me and Shade are looking for like this hotel and B&B, so if they're serious about going, then I'll go. I think I won't be fully in practice by Frosty, but I think it'll be a good practice.
All right, so last time you were at Frosty's, you got bodied.
Damn.
How do you feel about that?
I got second, but okay.
I'm hating.
I mean, definitely, I'm lying, but
that was
I don't know.
OP.
It depends. Like I said, I don't think I'll be fully in practice by Frosty, but I think I would be where I want to be by LCQ.
You're good. You think you'd be good enough to cook everybody? Because you know, we got some West Coasters going. I think Alekovich is going.
Yeah, I think I could win. If that's what you ask me, yes, I think I could win. I won't say 100% for sure right now because, like I said, I don't know if that's enough time. But I know by LCQ, I'll be ready.
Okay.
Actually, I
Frosty's
never.
gonna be a good gauge.
Go ahead, guy.
No, I said Frosty's gonna be a good gauge of everybody's progress that's going. So
I was gonna say, I was like, for Frosties, right? I haven't mentioned to you at all. Like, what do you think about the West Coast?
Who on the West Coast? Danny good. Garlic's good.
I don't think Frosty's perfect, man. I
That's
would
it?
go, but it's only one day.
When I say it,
You only think Garlic and Zane are good in the West Coast?
I think they're great. I think there are other players that are good, but I think those two are great. I think other ones are good. I don't think anyone else is on their level at the West Coast. I think other people are good enough to beat them. Like, I think... Okay, yeah, I think Zane and Garlic are great. I think the other people are good, and they're good enough to be top-level players. But I don't think they're there just yet. Like, I don't think they're consistently there.
Okay, that's a fair assessment. They're there, but they're not the same exact skill level just yet.
Yeah, like I wouldn't put anyone on West Coast at those two level.
And actually, going into this, like, because I don't know what you're truly playing. What is the team that you're playing right now?
Oh, for LTQ, Team Gohan, Labcoat, Margin 21.
So this is gonna be your team. You don't plan on dropping and switching this team at all.
Nope. I think if I wanted to start a new team, I should have started maybe like somewhere in December, and then I'll probably play the team Fulty's playing. But it's okay. I'm confident with this team, and I don't like to troll and just don't pick a team that I don't think I can win with. So I think I can win with this team.
Damn. So what you're saying is we're not gonna see you on the Adult Gohan again?
Maybe after.
Adult Gohan is over party.
Yeah, I think maybe after. I think after we would see. I think that team is brain dead though. Just I think that team is very brain dead.
Which team? Adult Gohan 18 Lab Coat?
Yes.
That's a good team.
It's a good team and it's brain dead, so.
So someone here asked, right, Jack, I commend you ask, how important is offline practice? If you only practice online, are you screwed?
No, but it definitely hinders you a lot if you're only practicing online.
Does it hinder you?
I feel like you could get better practice on offline. Like I think if you just play online, you would definitely still get good practice. But I say like, if you only play online, you could probably only get an 8 out of 10 in practice, while offline you can get 10 out of 10.
So true.
What about those Wi-Fi warriors who come out from online and become nasty? They just start winning.
Oh yeah, you get good practice. I just feel like you don't get the most optimized practice, but you could definitely only play online and be the best. You just have to practice a little bit more than someone that practices offline.
Okay. Kite, Jabo?
I agree.
Okay.
No.
I think it's very possible. Like, you won't become the #1 undisputed best, but truthfully, I don't know if you guys disagree with this, but I don't think players who play online are inherently bad per se. Like for instance, let's say you and I, Pred, we play and the score is 10-1 my favor, right? I beat you 10 games to your 1. I don't think that when we play offline that score is going to change drastically.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll probably maybe go like 10-5, 10-4, and then maybe like that's probably be the best result that changes. But I think the person that won 10-1 is probably still gonna win.
Yeah, I think truthfully, I think the better player just wins regardless, like always. I don't think.
Online.
Huh?
Both. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like say someone like has this. It depends because PC. Like I'm gonna give an example. PC one frame. If someone, I would say someone has better defense. Someone has better offense, but the other person that has the better offense has defense is kind of bad. But PC one frame makes the defense really good. You probably get a good amount more games just because you're able to block. But I think it'll be closer. I think offline there'll be more of a gap. But like I don't think, like I said, like I don't think someone who is just like nowhere near skill level is probably gonna win online. That I'll agree with.
Okay. Because the way
PS4.
yeah,
You'll see it in the sets though. Normally in the
Um,
sets, they'll be like it'd be washing them, regardless of whatever they do. Like
What
a wash.
Pred is saying, what Pred and all of us are saying, does not include PS4.
Online, yes. PS4 offline.
Yes.
If you being on PS4 offline, I'm sorry, you suck.
You're not real.
PS4 online, you're stuck in.
Yeah, that is someone who is okay could be the great player. That is actually true.
And some genjutsu right there, brother. Stuck.
yeah. So yeah. Like those players who don't have the opportunity to actually play offline consistently, and all they have is the ability to just play online all day, every day. What do they do to get better? Parsec?
I mean that's hard because like
Whatever you can do to get better. Like if your only thing is only online PC, then that's what you do. But you just have to grind a little bit more than someone that plays offline.
You have to put in more hours.
I also,
I think you have to put in a little more hours.
I feel like you have to put those hours in, but I also feel like a lot of people make excuses for themselves, and if they can realistically go get that practice, you might have to spend some money, you might have to sacrifice some time, but if you really want it and you can possibly do it, then you're playing yourself, in my opinion. Because, like, Kylie's a perfect example. Driving 3 hours, right? You're going tomorrow. You guys just set that up. Like, I'm driving tomorrow 3 hours. He didn't even think a second thought. He was like, yo, I'm coming tomorrow. Pause. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, he obviously wants to get better. He wants to improve. He wants to do what he got to do. Others to be like, all I have is online. And then reality be like, nah, you could probably go here, or there's a local here you could probably slide to, or ask this person there. It's like, people got to be realistic with them. I went into this year like, I really want to improve and get better at the game. I want to pursue other opportunities as well. So I'm traveling this year. It's going to be a stretch. However, that's what I want to do. So I got to do what I got to do. And others should have that same mentality. If not, you're a fraud. You're just a casual player.
But we said that before, right? Like Kai has had this conversation before when he says that like, you have these players all around you, specifically for the New York scene, and they don't take advantage, right? Like Pred lives, well, on a good day, Pred, 30, 40 minutes away. On a bad day, we're talking an hour plus, right? And
I think good day is only 10 o'clock at night, 30 minutes. But yes, it's usually like an hour.
right? But you're always willing, like you're more than willing. More often than not, you're like, yeah, I'll pull up, versus nah, because you actually want that practice. You actually want to get better, even if it's because you want to hang out with your friends, right? You're still willing to drive that hour. Versus some people don't even. Yeah, my local's a 10-minute walk. I don't really feel like it, you know.
I ain't gonna walk, bro.
They're just pure laziness, and they say they want to get better, but in reality, they're not doing the things that would help them become better, and that's the problem. Thoughts?
No, I think without putting in the time. It's just a fact. There's no such thing as talent. It's just how much work you put in, bro. And if you don't want to put in the work and you think you can just sit at home, you're not gonna win.
Yeah, that's just a big issue overall with a lot of players within the community. They're just lazy, right? It's kind of how we were talking about earlier. They're just lazy.
People are lazy, and I feel like people take the online tournaments like a little bit too serious. And the reason why I say that is like, okay, you win the online tournament, right? But like, you're not really winning a trophy. You're not winning a lot of money. All the best of the best are not there. So in reality, you're just playing all overglorified casuals. If you think about it,
I'll push back on this actually, J-Bo, because the way that I see it is that I know that online is not the peak competitive environment because of the infrastructure, but I still treat it like it is for when I'm actually in that situation offline. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, it's practice for the actual tournament. It's just very hard because when I get lag switched and I hit 6-frame delay on my combo, that shit just snaps me out of it. But it's hard. But like, that's how you're supposed to treat it. Like,
I wasn't really referring to people like you. I was referring to people that only do that, like that don't travel. So like, if we don't see you ever at any tournaments, and all you do is that, then in reality, that's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna be an onliner. Because like somebody like you, we see you consistently traveling. We see Pred consistently traveling. Like you guys are putting the time in and also taking that extra risk. Because at the end of the day, it's a risk to travel. Anything can happen. So like if you're not taking that risk and you're in the comfort of your home, sitting on your Discord all day, practicing all day, and you're in not a real environment of the game, then are you really him? And people like Zane, he's proved that. He did it there, and then guess what? He went offline, he did it offline. If you're not doing that, then in reality, you're wasting your time, in my opinion. Like, it's all good, it's practice and everything, but if you're not going to apply the practice for real and travel, then you're kind of a fraud.
Yeah, I think that's valid, you know. Overall, it's just the amount of people who don't put work into their craft but want the results is outstanding. Like, a lot of people are, oh yeah, I want to be amazing, but they just go to a tournament. Oh damn, I got Pred first round. Oh, that's it. That's how far the run goes. The mental is strong, and then they see the bracket, they're like, oh, okay, GG's. And I think that's just real overall.
The amount of times that I've heard that at AOC
That's kind of OD.
really like irritates me.
Yeah, it is frustrating. Real quick, Pred, I have one super final question for you. What are you most looking forward to? What player you mostly look forward to becoming great once rollback drops?
Say it again? Like, what player do I want to help?
Yeah, no. When rollback drops, what's that one player you're looking forward to the most that will be OD?
Like, who would benefit the most?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anyone in like a name in particular, but I think there will be some people. Like, the thing is, I don't really like to say like names right now because I don't know everyone drives. Like, I think there's some players who are really good right now, and if they had better practice, they could get better. But it depends. I don't know how drastic it will be because I don't know if they actually how much they care about being that good.
Okay. J-Bo, Kite?
Me.
Like a player, I'm looking. I don't know. To be honest with you.
He said me.
Yeah.
Bro, let me get access to playing Yasha and Kane.
Bro, like I don't get any practice either. Like I try to get the practice with the players I can get with. Like I play with Akari. I play with a couple of other top players, like not top players, strong players. But it's like the reality is, I don't travel. I don't get any practice. So for me, I'm excited as fuck. Like I'm not gonna
Everyone not in
nobody.
New York, basically.
Yeah, I want to play everybody. New York, West Coast, East Coast. Anybody who play the game, top of the top, I want to play them, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay.
I'm not scared. I want all the smoke.
I want all the smoke.
Yeah.
Who wants smoke with you, J-Bo? Who wants smoke with you?
I got one thing for both Daniel and Pred,
What's up?
because y'all from New York. Peep this. How do y'all feel about this, and why do you guys think that this is the case? I'll put it in your chat, Pred.
Okay. Oh, is this a Vegito tweet?
Yeah, Jeter says, NY DBFZ, one of you has to pick Vegito. It's outrageous that no one picks him. Why does no one in New York not name Hikari? Because we all know that he plays it.
I think they just copy what the best people in New York do.
Is that so? You think everyone's beat riding Nitro?
No,
Right.
I think people are just not creative enough or believe in themselves or skillful enough to actually pick out something that would actually help out, because Vegito doesn't equal automatic win. There's still the movement that comes into the gameplay that can help you outbeat Vegeta. Does Vegeta help you? Definitely. But I think people overall are just too lazy.
So what you're saying is that New York is lazy and that even Vegito can't save them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Essentially, unless you're a player like Pred, who's really good at the game with great movement, a player like Nitro that's great at the game, great movement, great fundamentals, great everything for both of them. If you're not one of them, then I would say you're a troll. And you want to win, and you truly want to win at the highest level, I think you might be trolling.
Oh, so you're saying that they need Vegito?
Not necessarily need, but they need to play better. Yeah, kind of like what Hook said the other day when he was playing against Enzo. He just has to play so much more better than him without Vegito. But if you're willing to put in that kind of effort, I think that's fine. But if you're not going to, then go ahead, just pick up the character, make your life easier.
So true.
Yeah.
Now, Faulty follows up his tweet saying, "It makes no sense. Everybody here picks worse versions of the top 4 shells." And Daniel, I'm looking at your screen right now. Please explain to me why you don't pick Vegito.
Oh, I don't play Vegito because I'm a content creator.
Okay.
No, but it also comes down to like, for me, for instance, like I don't play Vegito. I only play the characters that I actually enjoy playing. So I actually like Labco. I like Gogeta, and I really like Videl. If I was to like drop one of those characters overall, my amount of fun of the game just might go down to the point where I don't even want to play the game anymore. Which is why I kind of just stick it out with these characters overall. I think a lot of people feel the same way about their favorite characters.
If you were serious about playing competitively, you would pick Vegeta, but you're not.
Yeah. If I truly want, but that's a trade-off, right? Because if I pick Vegito and I drop Videl, for example, which is like the obvious pick, like drop Videl, play Vegito, or drop Gogeta and play Vegito, whatever, it's like, yes, I'll probably do better. I'll do way better. I'll win more. But then my fun is gone. Like, the amount of fun that I'm having is just not the same.
Okay. I'll let you slide.
I'll let you slide. But yeah, no, that's really how I feel. I don't know if the rest of you guys feel the same way or disagree.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so basically what Daniel said, guys, is that you guys should pick Vegito because you need it. He doesn't need it, though, because he's in. That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's true though. Like, for example, I think Pred has mentioned this before. Like, the reason why he's been sticking with Teen Gohan or Adult Gohan before is because that was his favorite character in the show. So if he was to not play Teen Gohan, I don't think that Pred would have the same amount of fun. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're a little bit wrong in your statement, but I enjoy playing them. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite character in the show, though.
Wait, who's your favorite character?
Vegeto's my favorite character.
Like, oh, is that why you said that one line?
Oh my god, shut up, guys. I think that's why I memorized it, yes.
Hold on.
Somebody play the sound alert real quick?
Yeah, Vegeto's my favorite character, and then like I would say Adult Gohan's like up there. Like he's not. It's just I like how he plays the game. I like how Teen Gohan plays a lot.
What happened?
So.
I thought you said you were gonna eat me. I
They're up there, and that's why I don't drop them because they're the people I have the most fun with in here. But yeah, Vegito is definitely. It's funny because I picked up Vegito. I mean, like I was trying out Vegito when he first came, but came out. But I was like, bro, like it's not really me. Yeah.
All right, Pred, I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What players are you least looking forward to? Like if you
Least.
wait, do you know who's in LCQ? Like, you know, have you seen the graphic?
Yes, but I don't remember everyone.
Let me find it.
Man said, yeah. He said, who am I least looking forward to? That?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
What's one player that like you would prefer not to play them?
Nobody. There's nobody there. I prefer not to play.
Okay, so there's nobody fucking with you? Nobody?
Oh no! Oh, okay. I thought your question was different.
Wait, I didn't see this graphic. Wait, hold on. I didn't see this.
No. What? Okay, I thought your question was. I thought you said out of all these players, who would I just not want to play because I don't think they're good. I think that's really your question. Honestly, I don't care who I play, bro. It's really that. If I'm in practice, I don't care who I have to play.
Damn, so you're saying that you are not worried about nobody? Not a single soul?
serious.
Not a single soul? Not even Lord Fenlity? He got you at Evo?
No.
Wait a minute. Time out. The question I asked before was my last question, but now that I'm looking at this chart, do you see what I see, Kite?
No, I don't see what you see.
Right here, it's just one player from the UK, number 9.
Do they have number 18?
Is a multiple of 18. No.
My bad. I don't know. I didn't hear anything you said because my mom called me.
What I'm saying is if you do this number 2 times, nah, I'm talking about Obi. Are we getting the Obi Pred? Are we getting the Obi Pred money match?
We got money match there, but I already told him that. What do you mean?
I'm just asking for clarification because after what Obi said to you on my stream at UFA, that's not acceptable.
Bro, I don't even, bro. He asked you, alright, let me ask you guys this. You guys just win combo breaker. If you guys just win combo breaker and someone asks you to money match after the tournament, will you money match them?
No.
Would I money match them after winning a tournament? I mean, it depends. Are you built like that?
If you just won the combo breaker, are you going to money match them? I don't care. Are you going to money match them, Daniel?
Are you built like that?
Are you going to money match them?
I mean, Inzum did it. Are you built like that?
No, that's it. It's not. That's it. It's totally different. He didn't have to play the game for 12 hours of combo breaker, and there was like that's totally different. I think money matching after an 8-man tournament is very easy compared to money matching after doing a 600-man tournament.
I mean,
understandable.
I mean, are you not him?
So yes.
Are you not him?
Well, I am him, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to play the game anyway.
So when so the OB money match, would it happen before or after finals?
I can do it after finals, even if I win. I'll money match them. I'll do it.
Win or lose?
Yeah, I mean I won't lose, but after I win it, I can money match them.
Okay. No, I look. I just gotta ask the right question. That's all it is.
All right. I got something for you, Pred. Now, there's one player on this list that I don't think you have a favorable record against.
Who?
And that's Zane. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he don't one set. I don't care. One set. He only have one. Yeah, there's no one in sets that got me like that. It's just, but yeah, he had one set on me.
It might actually be one.
Yeah, he beat me.
Utah, right? It was Utah.
Yeah, he beat me Utah. I beat him at Combo Breaker, and he beat me at. He beat me at the finals. Oh, like not the finals, the regionals. The regionals. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Okay.
So how do you feel with your matchup against Zane? How do you feel about that?
No, I told you, I don't care who I have to play. It's just, if you're there, then you're there.
If you're there, you're there. If you're not,
I mean,
you're not.
I know what you told me. Sorry, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to do it to him?
I would do it to everyone. That's not exclusive to Zane. Everyone there could get to work.
Oos.
Alright, now Fen Liddy beat you last time. What do you think that you have to do differently versus Fen?
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing?
If you watch the set, you know I did not have to change anything.
I didn't get to watch it. What happened? That's it.
I did level 1 and Modern 21 did the wrong way and I got punished and died.
Oh, that's how you lost?
Yeah.
Shit.
You got Dragon Ball.
That's lit. That's hype.
I mean, that's kind of hype.
That is a vocal hype. That is a little hype.
So what you're saying is that this time you'll be ready for Fenrich.
But I'll be ready for everyone.
Stick to the game plan and not.
I'm him.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like I said, I am not scared of anyone there.
That's actually incredibly tragic. Rest in peace.
Mm.
Okay. I mean, I don't see anybody else on this list that will really beat you. Actually, what about your NA East duo, Inzum? I mean, he challenged you to a money match.
He did not challenge me to a money match. This is cap.
He did?
Nope.
That's what he did.
No, he only challenged Nitro and yourself, Kite.
And double O.
And double O. Yeah, and double O.
Shit.
Double O's didn't do
I
it?
guess I was wrong then. Fuck it.
No, they didn't play money match. They just had the
Yeah, double said he would do it, but he didn't have money, so
yeah. So they just did. I just had them play, unrigged, by the way, a first to 3, and delegate respectfully.
You out here? Daniel the Rigger?
Danny the Rigger.
That has a racial connotation to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm darker than everybody.
But I know. But real quick. I know we can ask a million questions, but we're wrapping it up. It's been almost 2 hours here. If you guys have any final questions, Kite, J-Bo?
Nah, I mean,
your
first guy.
We answered every question today. Actually, Actually, everything I would have asked.
Oh, last question. All right. So, Pred, who do you have? Who is your favorite to win LCQ?
How much people want it, honestly. I think if you want it, you can win, Kite, but I don't know if you really want it. But honestly, if I have to say, honest people, I think Wade can win. I think Wade wants it. I think he could win. I don't even remember other players that could win. Like,
I think Koustics is going in.
yeah, Kazuga could win as well. I know them two could win. I don't remember who else. But like, the thing is hard because I have to see a list in front of me. Like, it's hard to remember really players.
Okay. I have you guys know right here. Actually no. I'll save it for off camera. Never mind. I'll tell you guys off stream.
Really?
But okay. Pred, J-Bo, any question?
No questions for me.
Okay. Yo, Pred, I appreciate you. I know I'm net negative in my friend points right now. I know I'm net negative, but
Definitely net negative.
But I seriously do appreciate you pulling up to the podcast, showing some love, man. I really do appreciate it. Where can the people find you? What are the links? What are the social medias?
Everything is the same. LegendaryyPred with 2 Y's on every social media.
Including Metafy, including the Metafy.
Yep, Metafy, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, literally all the same.
Damn. Okay then. Pred, it was a pleasure having you. Everyone who's watching this pod, we have the podcast every week, weekly podcast every Tuesday at 6 p.m. EST. If you guys enjoyed the videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and show love to Pred, to Kite, to J-Bo, to me. And yeah, that's it. Peace. Okay.